You didn't touch it and me never touch it. So who touch it is the question. Hello. All right. So you know what? The jingle is playing. So my guest is not here as yet, but we will get into it regardless. From the ghetto to the office, I swear. Hey, Brooklyn. I'm Ted. Star 106 hits. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Wellness Wednesday. Good afternoon to each and all, and welcome to another edition right here on your hit station where Star 106 hits. Today's show powered by KFC. Thank you to Grace Kennedy Money Services, Western Union, Pinder Tile, Solomon's, Cable Bahamas. Thank you to CG United Insurance, KFC, and Pinder Tile. Hello to everybody locked and loaded. We're Star 106, 106.5 on the FM band. Thank you to everybody locked and loaded on channel 976 on cable. And of course, on Facebook, we are Star 106 and Natural Empress on Facebook. All right. So good afternoon to y'all. I see y'all. Good to have y'all. Wellness Wednesday. I have a special guest in studio. I guess she's adopted Bahamian time. But nevertheless, we are going to let me get all the formalities out the way. My guest today is she's dubbed the Bahamas her second home. She hails from Houston, Texas. And she is a wealth coach. She's a marketplace minister. She's a #1 New York best-selling author. She's a United Nations ambassador, breast cancer survivor. And of course, she's all about it. She's done, some work here in the Bahamas, assisting and aiding thousands of people to be financially free and to reverse those generational curses when it comes to health curses. Yes. So she's going to be joining us today, as well as she wants to discuss the real solutions of persons dealing with mental health challenges, of course, such as anxiety. And in this time, we deal with stress. All right. So I'm going to give her a few minutes. But in the meantime, I've got some Gnarls Barkley right here. She is here, y'all. But we're going to get the formalities out the way. Crazy. That's what they call it sometimes. Right here on the Star. We're 106 hits.
Hello, beautiful.
How are you? How are you?
How are you?
I am good. I'm coming to greet you properly in just a second. Okay, so here we go. Okay. All right, guys, give me a second. Let me greet my guests properly. Hello. Well, how are you?
I'm good.
Hello, how are you?
Empress, it's a
Dr.
pleasure.
Clay, nice to meet you.
Oh, it's good to meet you.
I remember too.
How you doing?
Miss Helen, how are you?
you.
It's a
Yes, ma'am.
pleasure.
Yes,
It's a
ma'am. Nice to
pleasure.
meet you.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, yes, we're good. We're good. All right, so I guess
Thanks, sir. We got another one for Pastor.
He's going to videotape us as much as he can to send it.
And I could use your phone to do that, right?
Yeah, that's cool. Just no more than 3 minutes at a time, though. So 3 minutes and just start again, or 3.5. Because sometimes go 3.5. Good.
first you got to tell me where this surname comes from.
Okay, so it derives from France, Creole.
Okay.
But most of my family come from Louisiana, but it is a French
Oh, that's
name.
French. Oh,
Yeah, it's a
definitely.
French name.
Delahoussaye.
And let me see that real quick. Set it on photo first.
Would you like? Oh, you got water? Okay, because I see you
Please.
run. You want some water?
We ran, huh?
I realized. I realized.
Yeah.
I got you.
But we
Mama.
here.
I
Thank
got
God.
you. I
We
got
here
you.
now.
I got you.
And
That's
Edward,
wonderful.
he's Dr. Edward Clay.
Take your time.
So
Take
he
your time.
will speak, but I'll do the proper introduction. I will put no pressure on you
Okay.
when I want to bring him
Bring
in
him
to
in.
intertwine of the ecosystem that we have here that we're
Say
offering
no-
is quite different.
Say
Right.
no more, beautiful. Say
Yes,
no
ma'am.
more. All right. So here we go. We
Okay,
get back
couple
into it. So,
pictures
guys,
first.
she's here, as you can tell. So we're live.
Video.
We're live
Video.
on social media as well, Doc. So we're always on, even when we're off air. We're still on Facebook. Okay.
Multifaceted.
Yes,
I love
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We're gonna do it all. Here we go. Empress. Mhm. Star 106 hits. Yes, indeed. Welcome back. Free your mind on a Wellness Wednesday. I'm honored to have Dr. Helen Delahoussaye in studio with me, all the way from Texas. Look like I have a love for persons from Texas because my Monday guest also hails from Texas. Well, he's Bahamian, so big up to Coach Ricardo Miller as well. But it's good to have you in the 242. And I've been told that you have made this and you've dubbed this your second home. Why is that?
Well, there's a lot. First of all, thank you for having me. Thank God that I'm here with
Amen.
you, Queen Empress. I so admire all that you're doing in the community, how you're serving and sowing your time, your love, your compassion, and you being a woman of color. I say I salute you for your strength. Thank you. I've been coming here for a little over 20 years, and there's a saying that this is a place where God lives.
Oh, you got it.
And I did not understand that until I battled with breast cancer a few years ago with 7% chance of live. And the love of God, I submerged myself in that when I was just coming to the beautiful beaches. We'll talk about that a little bit today. But those were just a few experiences. Every time that I was going through a challenge, a travesty in life. I remember once my oldest son that I had when I was 13 years old.
Oh, we got plenty to talk about.
We got plenty to talk about.
Not in one day. We got to do that again.
Yes, but he got shot a few years back. A blow to the head, 25% of his brain blown away. Well, guess where the healing took place?
Right here
and
in
the
Bahamas.
prayer for the miracle where my son doesn't even look like what he went through.
Oh, hallelujah.
And he walking around better than you and me, okay? And right here in the Bahamas. Every travesty. I was married before. It was a humiliating marriage ordeal. Now, thank God, I've remarried. But even going through that, right here in the Bahamas, restoration and redemption took place here in Nassau, Bahamas.
Okay, so I feel the connection.
Yes.
I feel the love. I understand the love.
Yes.
And now you're here to share the love.
Share the love. Share the love. Oh my goodness. This has definitely been a journey. And to make this decision, because this was a prayer. This was a prayer walk. This wasn't a business decision. I've been making, a lot of great decisions, and we have become wealthy. My husband and I, he's here with me today, Dr. Edward Clay. He's a financial strategist. We'll talk about that here in a moment. But we've done very well. We've been blessed, and we've done a lot of great business here in the Bahamas. But this was not a business decision to come back home. This was personal.
Okay.
This was personal because during that pandemic, Queen Empress, so many people went beyond socially distancing. They took that literally and they began to socially disconnect.
Amen.
And we prayed for an opportunity that we could partner with on a very deep level that understands the power of connection, the power of forgiveness, the power of love, the power of freedom, the power of obedience, the power of sacrifice, the power of faith. And we found it in a platform that I'm going to share today. And the name of this company is called Aluva. And it's spelled A-L-U-V-A. In the middle of Aluva is the word love, L-U-V. And in the middle of you, love is you.
Hallelujah.
And so when we sat down with the CEO and other counterparts, we said, wait a minute, hold on. They're doing this right. They want to deal with the mental health challenges, that we all are guilty of, especially strong-willed people like you, like myself, like my husband, Pastor Terrell Knowles, so many wonderful partners here in the Bahamas. We will pretend that we're happy.
Put the best outside.
Oh my goodness. We become professional mask wearers.
That's right.
Especially
Without the
women.
mask.
Especially women. We pretend we're happy. We are wearing the mask. We the doctor. We the attorney. We the firefighter. We are in the boxing ring. We the counselor. We the pastor. Oh, we everything. We are the caregivers. But who's taking care of us?
That's right.
And when I heard his heart, his vision, for not only creating a platform that would give business development and a lot of wealth in people's pockets that are hurting right now, really hurting, but personal, spiritual, emotional development. So in the community, and I want to say Black community, Bahamian community, people of color community, because I don't want to offend anyone, but I just want to tell the truth on today. That
show is called Free Your Mind, hon.
Honey, this is right, baby. But we in that community where we don't want to talk about it. And when we go to church, okay, we are being taught from knee high that just pray about it. Amen. Whatever you're going through, or get some oil, put some oil or some Crisco. Whatever you need to put on you and roll around in it, speak in tongues, and it's going to be all right. That's because right. God is a healer. Yes, he's a healer. Yes, he's a restorer, but he also gives you wisdom, which is beyond knowledge.
That's right.
And wisdom tells you when you are at a time of a valley experience, you need to ask for help. And one thing that covers a multitude of sins and transgressions is love. Because that's what God is, love.
God is love.
And so when he shared the power of why he launched Aluva and the phenomenal health and wellness products and all of the ecosystem that's coming down the pipeline, and not only dealing with mental health, but physical health and obesity, because we like to look cute, women. Talking about, I'm just a little overweight. This is baby fat. Well, how old is your baby? 16. How you mean 16?
I got you.
And so many of us, it used to be where it was breast cancer, Queen, that was knocking us out the park.
That's right.
But now it's heart disease.
That's right.
We are dropping dead of massive heart attacks because we were just a little bit overweight.
That's right. Heart can't manage.
Everything. And then here's the other caveat to it. Inflammation in our body leads to all
a multitude of illnesses.
Sure. The inflammation in our body, in our gut, especially in our flagship product that I'm so excited about, that I'm going to be giving away free product tonight. I'll tell you where you can find me in a moment.
Oh, wow.
But free product to the first 100 people to show up. It deals with the gut. See, most of us, 8 out of 10 people suffer with leaky gut. Leaky gut, IBS. You can't go to the bathroom. You're constipated. And then we say, wait a minute, because it's not table talk. When you grow up, you're not talking about that.
No.
Did you poop today?
No.
But we really need to be finding out, because when you eat, you're supposed to defecate.
Right away.
But it's not happening. And we blame it, I'm just stressed out. I didn't drink enough water. No, your body is chemically imbalanced. And our product deals with leaky gut in less than 2 weeks. It's healing it.
Never.
Excuse me? In less than 2 weeks. See, remember I told you I was pregnant, right? And had cancer. So during the battle.
Wait, you had cancer while being pregnant?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. Let's talk.
I battled with breast cancer in the year of 2017, all the way through 19, 20 months, 7 days, 5 hours, 32 seconds. And when you go through that with 18 surgeries in 1 year, when you go through that and you hear somebody say, terminate your pregnancy so you can live, when you go through where not only you walking around feeling like you're about to die, but you look like death. I looked like death. But guess what, Queen? There was a part of Helen that needed to die. So I thank God for being on what they call my deathbed. I thank God for having that baby in my womb, constantly reminding me of the love of God. And I said, you can't touch me until after I have him. So I had him in my belly for about 6 months. I had him on Valentine's Day, a true love baby.
Oh, wow.
True love story. And then the process began of the healing process. But in all of that, I wasn't using the bathroom. I had become septic on a few occasions. I had staph infections on a few occasions. And because he was so premature, our son, little baby Edward, named after daddy, what had happened a few months ago, in fact, which endorsed it for me as a mother of 9 children. I said I have 9 children.
Oh, you know what? Let's take
Don't
a
make
break.
me
No,
stand
no,
up.
let's take a break. I gotta take that all in, and I see the viewers are doing the same thing. Let's take a break right here. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna be back with Dr. Helen in just a second. Keep it locked. Free your mind. It's a Wellness Wednesday right here on the Star.
I love it.
Celebrating its 100th anniversary.
You doing it in 3 minutes?
That's more like
sure?
10.
Are you sure you're doing it in increments of 3 minutes?
One was available.
Okay, that's fine. We can go up to 4, actually.
Jesus,
But I just try to tell people 3 minutes. So I can send it to the CEO. Because if he likes the show and her personality, he's going to do an endorsement with her. That's what I got to talk to him about. Yeah.
Listen, I get goosebumps.
Mhm.
I don't know about y'all. How many kids you got?
9.
What ages?
The baby that we had all the way up to 33.
How old is the baby now?
The baby's
4.
Yeah,
He's
he's
4.
born on Valentine's Day.
Yep.
And the eldest is how old?
33. You heard me. The one I had
Girl,
at
you
13.
better stop.
The one I had at 13, he's 33.
Let's do this. We're live again. Girl, you got me going. Yes, 9. Yes, you heard right. 9. This person said, but you only look 25.
Oh, honey. Girl, I have to come on this show every time I come.
Here we go. Star 106 hits, welcome back. Yes, indeed, it's a Wellness Wednesday. Dr. Helen Delahoussaye is in the building. And listen to me, I'm already asking you to come back again. You have such a story to tell. Today, I know it's all about the product, but I think on another occasion, you got to come back. We can do it virtually. But just the story of having a child at 13 is a story within itself that I think needs to be told. Because again, you talk about mental health. What was that like for you mentally? I mean, at 13, you don't know your head from your tail.
No, especially because it was a date rape situation. So,
did you see my face drop again?
Yeah. So it was horrific. You know, I grew up in a home where my grandparents raised me, humble beginnings. We had breakfast for breakfast, breakfast for lunch, breakfast for dinner. We didn't know we were poor because there was so much love in the home.
Amen.
So we grew up Catholic, very strict Catholic.
Mhm.
Okay. And so when this happened, I was too ashamed to tell someone that, hey, I'm out here babysitting to make some money. And I invited a young man over who was 17. And he was the neighborhood athlete and popular and superstar and headed off to Duke University. And when I said no, when I gave him that goodnight kiss, and I said, no, that's it. We just going to kiss at the door. It turned into him attacking me.
Mm-hmm.
And but he saw that. I learned this after he was arrested and he served 7 years. I learned that through the counseling and the help that he needed, that he saw his dad throughout their marriage with their mother attack her, throw on the kitchen table, rape her. And to him, that's what he saw his daddy do.
I got you.
Take it. You see. So he needed help. He needed mental help. Right. And so with that being said, I was embarrassed. I was sent off to an all-girls home for protection. And I'll never forget my grandmother telling me, what doesn't kill you will only make you stronger. And she says, now, when you have this baby, so that you can have a life, you will not raise this baby. You will take him. He will be your brother. And we all got family secrets. So nobody on social media or whatever that's hearing this, you'd be like, what? Everybody got some family secrets, right?
We got them skeletons in the closet.
We just went through, that became the normal. Just like the pandemic. It became the so-called, this is the new normal.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing normal about people trying to figure out, do I pay my electric bill or my water bill?
Amen.
There's not normal about people entering into such sadness and depression till they don't know whether to scratch their watch or wind their behind, that they're walking around throughout the day pretending. That's not normal. It's not normal for you to eat yourself into being 400 pounds. Because of depression. It's not normal to continue to allow people to traumatize you with their junk that they got going on. See, sometime, and this revelation came to me on the way from Houston to the Bahamas, we can go through so much trauma in life and we can bounce back from so much trauma that when people continue to offend us and traumatize us, we write it off as if, well, that's not that big of a deal.
Right.
That's the norm.
We minimize it.
We minimize it.
Yeah.
We minimize it. And that's what I love about Aluva, bringing it full circle, because we tap into the mental health first by giving you balance.
Not to cut you, but do you realize, because you've been coming here often enough to realize that it is still taboo. It's still a taboo subject here in the 242.
Yep.
When it comes to mental health. Again, somebody's not doing so well. You're right. You pray about it. You know, you take that to the Lord in prayer. Go to church 7 days a week if you'd like. Right? But other than that, it's not something we discuss openly. It's getting a bit better, I must say, a tad bit better, but generally speaking, it's still taboo. So what do you suggest we do to normalize it?
Talk about it. Be preventative of it by talking about the naked truth of it. Okay, having those conversations where you ask your spouse or your children, start with your loved ones before you go out to your colleagues and strangers. Deal with the hurt that's in your home, the pain, the betrayal, and the generational curses that's in your home first, by saying, are you okay today? No, like really, sister, are you okay today? Because I see you clean up well and you got your face beat and your hair done and the most beautiful outfit, nails and everything. But are you really okay? Are you sad? Is anyone bullying you? Because you do know adults bully adults.
Sure.
Oh, wow. It's not just even children. I had a very good friend of mine, and I'm pretty sure he's tuning in some form or fashion, and God bless him and his family. They just buried their 14-year-old daughter named Spirit through bullying, cyberspace bullying. His name is James Dickerson. They live out in St. Louis. And the bullying started a couple of months ago. It did not stop. Principals, everybody knew about it. Finally, it did stop. She said, hey, the little girl said, hey, I don't want to really go back to that school with those kids because they put the bullying on social media and now it's went viral. So she begged her parents, I don't want to go back. And they said, baby, we're going to get through it. We're strong. That's how we, as people of color, it's just sticks and stones.
Yeah,
we'll break your bones, but words and all that crap, right? Well, they sent her back. It didn't stop. One night when they were preparing for dinner, they told her to go wash up. And she said, okay, mommy and daddy, but can I please go to another school? They said, no, we're strong.
We're going to fight through this.
Nobody's going to affect our family. We got a good name. She went upstairs and she hung herself. 14, named Spirit. She went on in ICU life support, and unfortunately they had to pull the plug there at the end of August. And so it's stories like that Aluva gets involved, and we create products that give balance, that create happiness. I was telling a colleague of mine, and I've been doing this a long time in the relationship building business, and and always endorsing only products that's going to be prudent in our community first. Yes, I'm the one that thinks about us first.
Let's
Okay,
talk.
that's it. I'm the one that thinks about us first. Everybody else comes afterwards. And I was sharing with her, I've not been this happy and had this much peace and joy and balance in my entire adult career. And I've been doing this. I know I only look 25,
Right.
but I've been doing this well over 20 years.
Wow.
And we've been through a lot as a family. You know,
You've been through a lot on your own.
on our own. But when I tell you, girlfriend, we've stood in line depositing $1 million checks, but we've stood in line begging for food stamps. You know, we've stood in line begging for help for welfare just a couple of years ago when I went through breast cancer.
Please
So-
introduce him.
Yeah. So I want to introduce,
Please introduce him.
you know, not only is
the
he
man that puts that sparkle in your
Oh,
eye.
come
I
on
see
now,
it.
Come on now. Come on. You know,
Oh man.
my Boaz.
Huh?
You know,
I love
I was about to make a joke, but I don't know the listening audience. I'm just saying my Boaz.
Yeah.
But he's been my lifeline. He's been a
Hold on,
joy.
I don't have no tissue. Hold on,
Oh,
hold on,
Lord.
hold on, girl.
We have a blended family of 9 amazing children. I had 4 children prior to us getting married. He had 1, and we have 4 children together, back to back. The joke is, when we met so long ago, we both said we didn't want no more children.
Really?
Yeah.
4
We
later.
said no more, no more. And I want to wait till I get to my late 30s, early 40s to start popping them out, boom, 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 back to
That's
back.
the
But
love.
you know, truly, our life is not our own. The stories that we have endured, the challenges of just trying to understand one another and identify with one another. We have a ministry all within ourselves outside of this show, to get couples back on track. You know, there's a cliche that goes around, things that are not talked about, is when you are married Bahamians,
Somebody said, "Wow, there is hope with love."
you need to
Wow.
be cut covenant. That's with the religious folks, but having sex. You know, we deal with sex health here at Aluba as well, not just obesity, reversing diabetes, and all that other good stuff, and cancers and all the kind of stuff, right? And gut issues. But we deal with sex health. Okay. And we had gotten into a point in our marriage, and I hope this blesses just one person, where we would go to bed, good night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, good night, good night, good night,
Tired.
week, 2 week, 3 week, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, 5 month, 6 month, 7 month, good night. Got caught up in the minutia and the routine of life. Still love each other, but not connecting. Social disconnecting within our marriage, and it's not normal. You are designed and you're created by the Creator to create creation. I'm gonna say that again.
Say it again.
You are created by the Creator to create creation. You are supposed to connect with the one that loves you the most, and you love them. And women, give your man permission to love you. And you give yourself permission to love again. That's what I had to go through. So this gentleman was the only one that could reach me in such a time that I didn't even know how to be a little girl again. And he made it okay. One of the most endearing things he did for me was give me a birthday party. As
Something that
a
a lot would
teenage
take
birthday
it for,
party
take it for
that
granted.
I never had the chance to
Mhm.
have. And I fell in love with this man a long time
Girl,
ago.
I see the glistening in your eyes still.
And who would have ever thought that we would be here today as marketplace ministers, helping couples restore their marriage, representing health and wellness products together, and financial education. He's a master crypto trainer and
Ooh.
educator and forex educator and all the ecosystems of economy. And his whole belief system is centered around helping men identify the king in them, because so often they lose their identity and they get caught up in this thing called life because they're taught not to cry,
That's right.
not to hurt,
No
not to be
emotional
weak.
connection.
And so I so love how he is bringing his concept, his vision, as we are just supporting and undergirding this here at Aluva, and he's bringing the platform of economic stimulants through our ecosystem that we're launching this quarter. And so we're excited to have him as someone who's leading the charge here. And he has an incredible health and wellness story too, with the products. But this is my husband, Dr. Edward Clay, and we reside in Houston, Texas, with 9 amazing children. We're affectionately known as the Clady Bunch.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
And we're just really excited. So, Dr. Edward Clay, take us away.
Yeah, Doc. It's
Hello,
good to
hello,
have you.
hello,
Oh my
hello,
goodness.
hello.
It is such a pleasure. I don't even know where to begin at this point with such an introduction as such. I don't know where to start. I guess
Well-
you know. Go ahead.
Well, I want to first say thank you, Queen Empress, for allowing us to be on your show. And thank you for the listeners that are listening wherever you are to our voice. Really appreciate it. And so can I be completely naked on today?
Hello, free your mind.
Free your mind.
Ah.
So okay. I'm gonna free my mind then. Okay, all right. And I want to speak, specifically to the men out there that are listening,
Sure.
because I sympathize. I sympathize to whomever is listening that is in a place where they're trying to figure things out. Because I've been in that place. I'm from the south side of Chicago, Inglewood, which is the worst part of Chicago.
Mhm.
They call it Chirac. And statistically, for men of color to get out of that city and to do great is under. I mean, it's under
almost
next to
nil.
none, right?
Mhm.
And so me and my brothers, I'm the youngest of 3. Me and my brothers, we're all college graduates. I come from a single parent home. Me and my brothers and my mother, we lived in a 1,000 square foot home, 1 bathroom, 2 bedroom. And so I come from very, very humble beginnings. But what my mother always said to me is that you're going to do 3 things. You're either going to go to school, you're either going to get a job, or you're going to go to the military, period. So entrepreneurship was never spoke
option.
about,
Mhm.
never an option, never one of them things to do. And so to kind of fast forward back in 2017, when my beautiful wife realized that she had breast cancer, and she was pregnant with my now 4-year-old, my junior, Edward Clay Jr. I smile every time I say that.
Amazing.
And so at that moment in time, we were living on the hog, high on the hog, had cars, had multiple homes, had some vacation homes and things of that nature. But when you're hit with adverse situations, especially with someone that you love, you'll spend whatever in order to make sure that person is okay.
Yes.
And that's basically what happened with us. I mean, we lost literally everything with medical bills.
Mhm.
And I remember during that time, we was just talking about this today with a group of individuals. And I was just kind of reminiscing about that time. And it's like, it's almost, sometimes when you go through adverse situations, you kind of forget it. Your mind almost wants you to forget it until you kind of start talking about it.
Mhm.
And and I'm just going to tell you this quick story. We were both had vehicles, both hot vehicles, because we were both behind on the payments. My wife was Dr. Helen. She was at a restaurant and called Papados in Houston, Texas. And as she was sitting there eating, she was with some clients. And while she was sitting there eating, tow truck popped up.
Ooh.
I said it. Tow truck popped up and took the car in front of the restaurant where everybody could see. And we were down my vehicle, and I wanted to come and get her, but I couldn't, because it was almost that person that picked up her car would pick up my car because we both had cars that were hot because we were behind.
Mm-hmm.
So the how we got around was we had to get our daughter to co-sign to get us a vehicle, right, at that moment in time. And so we were at our lowest. We lost everything. We were robbing Peter, pay Paul. We were asking people for to help us out. And so for the men that's out there, for I remember getting on my knees and crying out to God and praying and saying, God, please help me. Give me some direction because I don't know where I'm going at this point. Everything is drying up. I can't ask. I didn't already ask everybody that's
Exhausted
gonna
everything.
exhausted all
Mhm.
possibilities. Couldn't ask my mother because she was struggling. It's just I didn't know. And so as I was sitting there praying, a few months beforehand, a gentleman, a friend of mine, had done very well in forex trading, crypto, and I saw his evolution. I saw him change his life. And he had a car that had a muffler hanging out and no bumper, and now him and his wife had
Pick,
his and
choose, and
her
refuse.
Bentleys, and I mean they
Mhm.
they just changed their whole world around. So I called him humbly because I didn't have anyone else to go to.
Mhm.
And I said, I need some help. He sent me some stuff. And while I was sitting there in that hospital with my wife, in that little half bed that they call, where I forget, a little cot, right? She's in her bed, I'm in a little area. And I was sitting there on the computer learning something that you needed money in order to invest, but believing in God to bring the finances forward so I can invest. And I invested just it was $100. And I remember sitting there learning, trading, learning, me and God sitting in there in that cubicle. And I remember my wife was like, "What are you doing?" She thought I was cheating on her or
I
something.
sure did. Now, let me say something real quick. I got to interject. Girl, he was in there in the
And
cover
he just on the
texting and whispering. I'm in ICU
hello.
and I'm battling for my life.
Hello.
And every night he want to get quiet and sneaky. I said, what in the world are you doing? Talking about with God. One day he said, God told me that he's going to free us through financial literacy. He's going to teach me. He's going to download
You
everything
didn't
in me.
buy that,
I
did
said,
you?
that ain't God, that's gas.
Oh,
goodness.
So as I was sitting there, and this is the nugget, whatever you do, if you want to change your life, be consistent with it.
Say that again.
If you want to change your life, be consistent with it. Get up and run after it every day, every night, every waking moment that you can be watching TV. You can be sitting there talking to your friends, doing things that are not income producing activities. I cut that out and I was consistent. Consistency, dedication, and knowing that you have the higher power, that you leaning on God to help you, you can do anything.
Say no more. We're going to take a quick break right there.
That's powerful.
What a testimony. My goodness gracious. We're going to take a quick break right here. We're going to find out real quick what's happening on the streets of Nassau. We got our Eye in the Sky traffic report followed by more. I don't even know what to call this anymore. More Free Your Mind right here on the Star.
By Shield Insurance and Prudential Loss Adjusters.
Wow. That's right, Everett. Consistency is key. This one said, what a real story, for better or for worse indeed.
How do you pronounce this though?
What's that?
Bria,
Bria, 7-day
Adventist.
Adventist. Blue Hall Road.
Blue Hill.
Road.
Blue Hill Road. Why did you give me two numbers? I only want to give one.
Yes, give one. The 421.
Okay, that's a WhatsApp number.
Yes.
Who's
No,
this
that's
other
a
number?
direct number.
Who's this other number?
That's my number. Two numbers I have, but yes, you support to one with a person could be.
Okay.
They could call
Mixer at
indirect.
7. Presentation begins sharp 7:30.
That's right.
Okay. Can I have my phone since you're leaving?
No, I'm not leaving. I'm just
Oh, okay, cool,
Something.
cool,
I'm going to tell my wife on something. So when we done, the people could be in place. I don't
Okay,
know back.
very good.
Okay, so while these people are privy to information before the people on air, you're going to be somewhere tonight?
Tonight at
The same place that he just told you?
we're gonna do a 7 Bria 7-day. I just found out about this. So.
Okay, so
But anyway, it's tonight at 7 o'clock is the mixer. mix and mingle. And
Okay.
then 7:30 promptly is the presentation. We're going to have a conversation, intimate evening with Dr. Helen and Dr. Clay regarding the health and wellness, health and wealth fitness. Health and wealth fitness. I'll just say that. I don't
So
wanna get too
7:30.
much.
So is it a week long?
Just tonight will be my last
This
night.
is
and I'll be
it?
in Turks tomorrow.
Stop it.
I'll be in Turks tomorrow. We have a tour throughout the Caribbean. It started here. This is my first love, so I started it
So
here.
we go from here to Turks,
Uh-huh.
and
then I'll
then
be
where?
back on the 27th. So then
Y'all
we get
got
geared
that?
up
She's
for that.
back. Where are you going to be on the 27th?
We may be at Atlantis. We'll be finalizing that in the morning.
Okay, so
Yeah.
y'all heard that,
So
right?
back at the 27th.
So after Turks, where we going?
we go from Turks to Montego Bay
I knew you were going to Jamaica. I felt
to
that in my
Barbados, and then we'll be in Trinidad and Tobago. We'll be all throughout. It's about
So
to be
who
pandemonium.
has little Ed?
We do have a wonderful child care provider for all of our children that are still at home. We have
Right.
5 children that are still at home. Everybody else is married doing their own thing, or with children, school.
So you're somebody's nana?
Don't do it.
Don't
Oh.
say it.
I like to up until that
Oh,
point.
but no, but
I'm a Gigi.
Gigi. Okay,
I'm a
see that?
Gigi.
I-
Grandma.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. So these products, also my son that got shot, the products that there's one product that has helped him with his Alzheimer's that's setting in from the brain injury.
Sure.
It reversed it.
So
So
the
it's
products,
amazing, man.
like the
Did y'all
catalog.
bring-
Let
did
me
y'all
see.
bring us
Yeah,
some?
like did y'all?
Y'all didn't bring the bag. That was the whole reason to go back. So Pastor Terrell gonna have to go get them products. Because I'm going to be giving some out tonight. That's how we want to get people there. I'm going to be giving out products tonight. So I do want to have a few minutes to talk about the 4 products that we're going to be blessing people with.
All right. So the gut one.
And it's a great opportunity to make some income every day.
Okay, so here's what I want to say. Well,
Daily
you
pay.
guys know, so I'm not telling no secret. So I'm also the owner of a chain of juice bars here in Nassau.
Oh wow.
So you need our greens products in there.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
We need
why our
to.
CEO.
we
I
gonna
kept
talk.
telling Terrell, the CEO need to meet her. Because I felt a possible endorsement in my spirit on the way over here.
Say
And I
no
don't
more.
even know who you are.
I know. Let's
Yeah.
go. Here we go. Star 106 hits. Welcome back. Free your mind on a Wellness Wednesday. Ooh, the ducks are in the house. Listen to me. This is more than I bargained for. Can I tell you that? Like, if I could be honest, I didn't know what to expect, but I am just so elated that you guys decided to use me
Oh.
Yeah. to get this message out, because you know, on so many different levels and facets, you are here to help the Bahamian people. Mental health, a definite conversation that must be had. Your testimony, your story alone says so much. And you talk about touching one person. I'm just looking at the live feed. The people that already have shared this video because they know somebody who needs to hear this message. You know, when you speak about our men are taught to be for tough. You know what I mean? We're not supposed to cry. And, you know, just to hear your husband's, you know, testimony and his story, and we haven't even heard the fullness, has already not more than raised an eyebrow for the men on the feed. And I'm sure to the men that are listening, I definitely want to publicly invite you back at your earliest convenience, because I think in so many ways you have so much to talk about that could help our people. Now, when it comes to digestive health and just talking about health and wellness in its entirety, we suffer. I'm sure you see it. You love the Bahamas, and I'm sure you like to, you know, dabble in our diet, but it's not the healthiest.
It's not.
It's not the healthiest. So
We're dying too young, Queen.
Yeah.
We're dying too young. If you are 40 plus right now and listening, you need to hang on to every word. You need to write this address down where I'm going to be at tonight, because truth be told, you've lived half of your life statistically,
right,
more than half your life,
right.
Because statistically, the women are getting up out of here now at 72, men 67. Statistically, that's way too young. When you go to other third world countries, or you go over to Asia, and they
I was
live
just about to
100
say,
plus. And that's the norm.
and that's the norm.
That is the norm.
Yep.
We're getting diabetes in our 20s and 30s, where our products reverse all of that. You know, it reverses.
Reverse the curse.
Reverse the curse. I love it. Now
That's
it's
a great-
mine. You said it once. I'll give you credit the first time.
The
I
first
say it,
time,
but the
that's
second
yours
time is
now.
mine. Okay.
All right, hashtag. I love it. Reverse the curse.
Any inflammation, like I said, mental health, obesity. I've lost 39 pounds. I look absolutely amazing.
You feel it too. We can see it.
amazing. My hair is growing back healthier. The greens product. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is it right here for those that can see it.
Oh, you're drinking
And
it.
it looked nasty.
That's okay.
Okay, when I first saw it, I said, "Oh my God,
I'm not
Jesus,
doing it."
take the wheel." Right? But it tastes good. And I don't blow smoke. I don't have to. We've been really blessed. We've been shown a lot of uncommon favor the last 3 years of our life with our finances and everything. We are at such a place being restored that we can purchase anything that we want.
Wait. Say that again.
Okay.
Bring it back.
We are so blessed.
The same people was trying to eat some food and
they
looked out the
begging for food
window.
stamp card.
Not even that, and watched the
Manipulating
car.
applications, child, making up all kind of stuff, Apollo line and everything, just to get some canned goods in the house. All right. But we are at a place of uncommon favor. Nothing about us being from the natural perspective, but the super fell on the natural, called God, the love of God. And that's why we are a perfect fit to spearhead a movement like Aluva because of the love. And so tonight, we're going to be giving out free products. You know, like I said, we're financially blessed. We're blessed in our health, and we just want to spread the good news and pray it becomes contagious here in the Bahamas.
Yes.
We'll be at a place called Briu. Is it Briu? Briu 7-Day? Bria 7-Day Adventist
on Blue Hill Road.
Blue Hill Road.
Mm-hmm.
The Mix and Mingle is from 7 to 7:30, promptly at 7:30.
Before you go any further, I want you to touch the mic. Just tell them exactly where that is for those that don't know where on Blue Hill. Give us a landmark.
Well,
Go ahead, talk on this mic.
Well,
Go ahead.
well, it's located more. The landmark for it is closer to Budget. Before you get to Budget, meet on Blue Hill Road. So it's Bria. It's called Bria 7-Day Adventist Church.
Okay, so like you're heading to Budget.
Yeah, like
on
you're
Blue
heading
Hill.
out south.
All right, so you pass Quality Home Center and you keep going south,
Yes,
correct?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Right.
Got it. All right, so now
And please, because of social distancing, we do respect. There is some people that do live in that world where they want to protect themselves. We do have an immune product as well, and nobody on our camp has died of COVID on our products.
Okay.
Now that's powerful.
That is.
That's stronger than camel's breath, and we know camel's breath is strong. So, but dial this number to let us know you're coming out tonight, so we can be prepared for you. There is an economic stimulus. That means you can make some money every single day, money that's needed right now. So there is something attached to it. I want to be very transparent with that. But it doesn't cost to come out. It's free to hear the good news of Aluva. And the phone number is your area code 242-421-4275. That's 242-421-4275. Let us know you're on your way tonight. Text on
one
WhatsApp.
more time. Go
242-421-4275. We want to meet you. We want to put our arms around you. We believe that we carry the residue of prosperity and favor on our life that can be transferred onto you. We're big on energy. We're super, super big on faith. And in this season, Bahamas, it's your time to raise above all of the naysayers, the haters, the things that people said you wasn't going to do. You're going to be like mom and them, but to reverse the generational curses. I believe we can do it with this platform because we lead with love. It is all about love, and love, again, is to love someone, to serve people. The heart of the CEO, the heart of the team that's standing behind Aluva, that's standing with Aluva. If I started to name drop persons that right now, that when I first came to the Bahamas on business, I first came for pleasure. But about 15 years ago, I started doing business here. And I was blessed to create 33 families to become first-time millionaires. Okay. Over 200 families became millionaires in less than 2 years, 33 in 1 year. I believe and I know because I'm linked up with someone that everybody knows her name, Mrs. Dorothy Cook, the godmother of the industry for among people of color. She's coming back on the 27th with me, but we agreed, we locked arms because there's a power in agreement that this time we will 10x that. We
Wow.
will have at least 300 millionaires in 1 year. And we are believing God that many of them will come right out of the Caribbean market, right out of the Bahamas.
Mhm.
That's what we believe God for with this movement. And we can say money is not everything, but it's right up there with air and oxygen.
That's right.
Try breathing and living without it. You can't do it. And we got all these kingdom building and minded citizens, but you can't build a kingdom broke. And you can't do your passion projects broke. So we're going to talk about it, whether you want to talk about it or not.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
That's absolutely correct. I mean, you cannot do what you want until you do what you need to do, right?
That's right.
And so for anybody that's hearing our voice, come out, be present, be consistent, right? And whatever you're trying to do in your passion projects. Maybe you want to own things. I was listening to something on YouTube, and Steve Harvey is saying that the only reason why he wanted to own a piece of land because when he was young, he was tired of people kicking him out, right? And he just wanted a piece of land so he can just sit on there and he can fish because people kept on saying that get off my land.
Yep.
Right. And so a rich person told me this is that the key is ownership, right? The key to prosperity is ownership. And how do you get ownership? By kicking the middleman out, right?
Being
your own boss. Mm-hmm. And putting your own check down and saying, I want this, I want that, right? You don't have to go in that room and have to, finagle this, finagle that, or dance to somebody else's tune or tone and just say, well, can you please? No, you come in there and say, listen, I want this. This is how much it is. All right, let's go.
So my question as we wrap up, for persons that want to follow the journey, they want to follow you guys. I'm seeing people that are just in love with this union. How can they do so?
Well, our PR person is readjusting all of our social media outlets.
Okay.
We've had many projects that we've had to terminate because we believe in this so much that we're giving 100% of everything that we got. This is our last run. We are going to build this for the last time. There's so many people that resonates with. You were talking about mentorship among the wealthy. Well, our CEO is very wealthy. And he often says, and this is a mistake as people of color that we make. He said, never get mad at your money. Never get mad at your money is what he said to us.
Yes.
He said, and that's what I had to learn because he lost a lot. He went where he had nothing and he rebuilt through the love and the faith of God. And he says now he just doesn't get emotional about things like that. And he doesn't get easily offended. We would be further along in life. I want to leave you with this. If we would not be walking in offense and we would walk in love. We too often, we miss the blessing that someone is trying to bring us, submerge us in the favor, but because we've been offended and that person that's bringing it reminds us of the pain that we just went through. Psychologically, we can't let go. We can't forgive. That person is not them. We are not the people that hurt you. I needed to say that to somebody. Come out tonight. This will be different this time. I know you've believed before and all that. We want you to believe one more time. We want you to believe one more time and get your family in alignment. This is the next time, because there will be a next time that for whatever reason, the world will have to shut down. You better believe it. If you're blessed to see it,
that's right.
You will experience it. And when that happens, you want to be in a position that you can decide that you have options are unlimited. I mean, anything you want, you can protect your family. Financially, you'll be emotionally sound. You'll operate in emotional courage and intellect. Physically, you'll be well. You won't be, worrying about viruses and stuff trying to take you out. So that's what Aluva is. But most importantly, mentally, to have a wealthy mindset. That's power in all of that when you can speak something into existence and it manifests because you believe. So tonight, we want to see you 7:00. This is a mixer. We will be front and center 7:30. We will not hold you long, but we will hold you strong.
That's right.
242-421-4275. Let us know how you feel even about today, what you heard today, how you're feeling about this Bahamas. We love you so much. When we leave here, we're going to Turks. Then we'll be in Montego Bay. We have a Caribbean tour ahead of us. And our CEO will be back on the ground with us in the month of October.
Yes.
So we want to see each and every one of you. Come out and get your free products tonight.
Yes.
And most importantly, let's love on you.
Amen.
Let us love on you. Let's give us some big hugs tonight. And we want to bless you. We want to bless you really good tonight. So thank you for allowing myself and Dr. Edward Clay to speak into your hearts on today. And we love you. But remember, God loves you best.
That's right. Amen. Folks, y'all know what to do. Keep it locked. Top of the hour, 5 o'clock. Your drive at 5 with yours truly. DJ AI comes your way. Stay tuned. All right, guys. So y'all got it. I did post the number.
Thank you. That was so sweet of you.
All right. So you guys, as she said.
And I got a bag of greens that I want to leave with her. But since she has a juicing company.